Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into a daily read for Saturday or thereabout. Hopefully it's not too windy today here in the park, but let's jump into some Sacred Forest Oracle and see what we're beginning with for Saturday. Prosperity popping out. So it's going to be a very prosperous day for us each individually being drawn to this reading, as I do find there are sweet results being discovered is what I'm hearing, popping up for you. There's growth, progression taking place, and you can't help but feel like things are more so on the up and up, right? Feeling like people are paying close attention to you while things are flowing in for you quite nicely. That's how I'm going to put it. I find that you're thinking about a new situation for the future for a lot as well, and Spirit is saying don't sweat it, right? And it's also a day that reminds each of us to make sure that we're not sweating the small stuff. It's coming through as well. But purification, I feel like there's a need to purify, there's purification of the energy, of your energy throughout this day. But I find that as well, there's purity being exuded, being applied and utilized for whatever you are committed to throughout this day. Protection. So I find that as well throughout Saturday, you're going to feel there's a true focus on you being a protected soul. On the way here, I was waiting forever to cross the street, right, for the walk signal to go on. And I heard protection is needed more than ever. And so I'm finding that that wasn't only a message for me, but a message for this reading, for this collective, all right? But they're wanting you to make sure that you are one with the flow that you know you can utilize to your advantage. As I do find that there's certain moments, occurrences, things popping up for you at certain points throughout this day that could disrupt this flow, or even maybe put you into a state of maybe forcing it or not simply flowing to the best of your ability. All right, but let's put these back in the box so they don't fly away and jump on forward to the Light Seers Tarot. Should have gotten this ready, but again, I didn't want them to fly away. We're moving on to some tarot for this Saturday. The Five of Pentacles coming through in both positions. So in one way, this is coming through in the reversal because you're feeling this state of gratitude and appreciation and receiving throughout this day. Again, going back to the prosperity card being the main energy. But I do find that this is a period where on one note, you're feeling like you fit in a situation or with certain people or one person in particular, while then that's highlighting where you don't fit in. And Spirit saying, well, then change lies ahead if that's the case. And you're thinking about this once again for the future. But in the upright position, again, this talking about where you don't fit in and who you feel like you're at a disconnect with, or you feel like they're just not in alignment with you. That's how I feel with my roommates currently. But I do feel as if you as well are going to be thinking about what you don't have. Please tread carefully with this and don't overdo it with that process, because it feels like a day where there is a chance. It's as if Spirit's saying you're at risk to overdo it in the I don't have this, I need this, I want this sort of thought process and focusing. And so they're saying, of course, part of the manifestation process is making sure that you have your eye on the prize in regards to whatever you want, need, desire, demanding for some. But I do feel as if you're going to need to find that thin line and not cross it, or maybe just hop on back before it, making sure that you are taking control of where your focus lies, okay? Where your mind trickles to, bad wording, where your mind just heads towards. But the Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, because Spirit is also saying that this is a day where, for whatever reason, if not multiple, you are feeling quite grounded. It almost feels like things aren't going to affect you like they once did, or potentially could. And so I find that there's going to be, with these two Pentacles cards pairing together and coming out in the reading, there will be a focus on your finances, maybe even in regards to future obligations in regards to career matters. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it feels like you're thinking about what still needs to get done. Where will I be in this many years, months lying ahead? They're saying, don't sweat it. It's all just going to pan out. It's all going to work out in your favor. You're going to end up exactly where you're meant to, and things will be doing way better than they are currently. Even though, again, it's a day of prosperity, but it feels like the levels, the forms of prosperity coming to be, popping up and flowing in for you at this time, somehow puts you in a state of thinking far ahead, right? If this is what I'm receiving now and this isn't all I deserve and are needing to expect for the future, then what does my future actually look like? I'm sure you have little bits and pieces of clarity in regards to that. Maybe some don't, but it feels like either way you can't help but think quite far ahead once again to your Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups life. But moving on to the split deck, the Emperor card. Yeah, this really confirms what I was just saying, reiterates it, as I find you are inevitably, hopping into this very planning sort of mindset and way of viewing things, wanting to better understand, wanting to figure things out, wanting to sooner rather than later acquire something that you know is meant to be, but then you're asking yourself, questioning when, how, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be here, there, for some of which that may not be applicable for everybody. But I do feel as if the number 42 is significant, and they're wanting you to reground yourself at certain points when you do find energy affects you spiritually in your physical reality, maybe energetically otherwise, for someone at a distance, when it affects you in a bit of a ungrounded way, right? As they were just pushing me to sort of like tap my toes, if you will, while my feet are still grounded, planted on the ground here, but my toes were just sort of giving off kind of like a antsy, impatient energy, all right? So they're saying don't let your impatience get the best of you. As we're shifting on forward to the bottom of the deck, the Six of Pentacles. Now this definitely pairs quite nicely with that overall peace spirit, talking about prosperity. And they're saying that this is a day where there's no shortage of opportunity to gain more money, to gain more success, again, prosperity in different forms. But then you again are needing to be grateful for what's at hand while finding the balance in enjoying the current day rewards and reality that you're living and getting ready for the future, okay? But moving on, the Death and Rebirth card, there's a focus on how much you've changed recently, because I really find that you have gone through significant soul development. There's thoughts of where you came from before as well, feeling less common than the future-oriented planning and thinking, but it does feel like a time for you where you can't help but see a highlight coming to be on the new version of yourself in comparison to, in a slight manner, an old version of yourself, say maybe dating further back for some, but for a lot it may as well be, it may more so be the most recent version of yourself before you recently changed. You know what I'm saying? And so I find that this is a day that highlights that you are a more improved, more magical, advanced version of who you're meant to be in this lifetime, as there is plenty of change that still lies ahead for you within and outside of you, okay? This is a day, once again, of sweet results, of prosperity. I'm hearing eat it up, all right? So those are the messages I have for you. I hope it was truly helpful. I will see you in your next daily read. Love and light.